Hey, it's Pastor Josh here. We are reading 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7, and the end is near. Yes, it is. The end has actually been near for 2,000 years. The end of all things is at hand. We have actually been living in the last days for 2,000 years. Now, I do understand when people say, hey, we're living in the last days. I understand what they're saying. They're saying, hey, Jesus could come at any moment. And that is absolutely the case. But it was the case for the Apostle Paul. We are always living in the last days. The gospel, the proclamation of the gospel, the church age after Jesus rose from the dead, ascended to sit at the Father's right hand. The end was ready to come. So we are living in the last days, and we have been living in the last days for 2,000 years. We must remember that. So there's a little bit of sober thinking too. Jesus, I believe, could come tomorrow. He could come this afternoon. He could come before you watch this video because I'm recording it in advance. Of course, he could come at any moment. I honestly, truly believe that the end is near. But we also need to understand that the opposite is also equally true. While Jesus could come tomorrow, this afternoon, this evening, whenever, he could come. It could also be the case that he will not come for another 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years. We've got to live with both of those in mind, passing on a legacy of Christianity to our children, to the next generation, making sure our Christian institutions are operating correctly, that we are handing them off to the next generation, and then also being ready at any moment, realizing our time is short. The end of all things is at hand. And in reality, you don't know when you will pass from this earth. I do not know when I will die. And the end of all things is at hand. It could be that true for me personally. It could be true for the world at large. But the end is always there, and you need to operate with that mindset. So it's exactly what Peter says. The end of all things is at hand. That is a promise. Your end. You need to be living is in the understanding that the end is at hand. At any moment, it could all be over. So let's make sure we're doing things in obedience to the Lord. Don't be fighting. Don't be bickering. Don't be doing selfish things. Love the Lord. You're going to live trillions of years with him forever. These 70, 80, 90 years that you have here is a gift from him to be stewarded in a way that honors him. So the end of all things is at hand. It's a promise. Therefore, two things Peter's telling us to do. Be self-controlled. Control yourself. Do the right thing. Do not give yourself over to sensuality and sinful behaviors and habits. Number two, be sober-minded. Have an understanding of your place in this world. Have an understanding of the things that you are doing. Be sober-minded in understanding that this life will not last forever, and that we do have trillions upon trillions of years with the Lord. So be self-controlled, be sober-minded. For what? The sake of your prayers, actually understanding that you are living in the last days. And when you are self-controlled and when you're sober-minded, your prayers will be so much better. You will be going after the Lord and thinking with right thoughts. Your prayers will be much more godly, will be much more enjoyable. You'll be able to do them easier when you are self-controlled and sober-minded, and that comes from understanding that the end is at hand. I pray that has been a blessing to you all. I'll see you all in the next video.